Hey boys and girls, welcome back to another video by Mrs. Young. Feels like we haven't done very many in a while. I know our Geometry Build-A-Town unit really only had one video, so we're getting ready to start a new unit on area and perimeter. And so today's video is going to be all about perimeter. So you'll see our I can statement is I can find the perimeter of a shape. I know we've done a little bit of this in our math warm-up, so I know that you have an idea of how to find it. Those shapes all had grids, a grid pattern on them, and we counted the spaces. And so we're going to look at it a little bit different. So I hope you have your piece of paper and you're ready to go. And let's dive into this new concept. So let's start by talking about the vocabulary word. This word here is perimeter. I know it looks like perimeter, and I know somebody will call it that, but the correct way to say it is perimeter. Can you say it with me? Perimeter. Okay, so what is perimeter? Perimeter is the distance around a shape. So if I wanted to go all the way around this shape and know how far it is, so if I took a piece of string or a piece of ribbon or something like that, and I wanted to go all the way around the shape, and I wanted to know how far it is, then that's perimeter. So perimeter is the outside edge. So to find that mathematically, we talk about adding all the sides together. So the length is always going to be your longest side. So these two are going to be your lengths, and then your shortest side is going to be your width. So in order to find perimeter, we're going to add length plus width plus length plus width. Pretty simple, right? So let's put it into practice. Okay, I've drawn a rectangle on my paper, and we're going to pretend that this rectangle is a bulletin board. So one of the things that I do as a teacher is I have to put border up on my bulletin boards. Well, I need to know how much border I'm going to use. So we're going to pretend here that I already know. Go ahead and point to the length on your paper. Remember, the length, L in length, is the longest side. It's not always going to be the top or bottom, because if I rotated this rectangle, the long side would be vertical. So right now, this is the length, this side here. And I'm going to say that this side is 10. And I'm going to say that the width over here is 5. Okay? So if this is 10, then what is this down here? I hope you said that it's also 10, because we know a rectangle has two sets of sides that are equal. So in this case, the top and the bottom are the same length, and the left and right sides, or the width, are also the same length. So if this is a 5, then this over here is going to be 5. Okay, and our equation, or our formula, said that we're going to add length plus width plus length plus width. Or you could add length plus length and width plus width, whatever, and that's going to equal perimeter. So if we add these together, so write this down, we're going to do 10, and I like to cross them out as I go so that I know that I haven't skipped any. Right now it's going to be pretty easy, but when we get some funky shapes that have lots of corners, then it could be easy to forget. So we're going to do 10 plus 5 plus 10 plus 5. And I know some of you have already added these together in your head because it's a really simple one. So I'm going to add these two 10s together. 10 plus 10 is going to give me 20, plus 5 equals 10. So I have 20 plus 10, which is going to equal 30. Now you'll notice that there's no indication what I was measuring with. It's not inches or feet or meters or anything like that. So since we don't know, we're just going to say that the perimeter is equal to 30 units. Okay? All right, let's try another one. Okay, let's find the perimeter of this square. So think about what you know about squares. And I'm going to tell you that one side of this square is 4 centimeters. So if one side is 4, you should be able to figure out all the other sides. So think about it. I hope you remembered that all the sides of a square are the same. They're equal. So if that's 4, this is 4. And this length is 4. And this is 4. Now, if I'm going to find perimeter, I'm going to add all of my sides together, because perimeter means all the way around the edge. So I'm going to add all of them together. So I'm going to do 4 plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. Now, this is just repeated addition, so I could turn it into a multiplication problem and know that this is 4 times 4, which equals 16. So my perimeter, I'm going to use P, equals 16. And because we know it's centimeters, we're going to say centimeters. Okay, good job. Okay, draw this rectangle on your paper, and I want you to find the perimeter. Remember, the perimeter means all the way around the edges. So I've left this measurement out and this one out. So you need to fill those in on your rectangle, and then you need to find the perimeter by adding all the sides together. You have plenty of information here to solve this problem, so go ahead and do it. Okay, I hope you knew that this width was 4, so this over here was also 4. And if this length was 7, then this was also 7. So you should have done 4 plus 7 plus 4 plus 7. You might have jumped the gun and just told yourself, I know that 4 plus 4 is 8, and I know 7 and 7 is 14. I could have done that too. So 8 plus 4 is 12. Regroup. So you had 22. Do we know what the measurement is? No. So we're going to say the perimeter, P, is equal to 22. And we're just going to say units because we don't know what it is. Good job, guys. Okay, what do we do if it's not a square or a rectangle? So let's do some examples that look like that. Okay, I've got a different size or different looking shape for you. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Pac-Man or something. So see if you can go ahead and draw this shape. Just do the best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And write the measurements down. You'll notice there's an M next to those. And if you don't know what the M stands for, it stands for meters. Okay, and then we're going to find the perimeter of this shape. So perimeter means what? All the way around the outside. So we're going to add all of the sides together. So this is where that crossing off technique kind of comes in handy. So I know I'm going to have to do 9 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 5. And as I cross them out, that helps me know that I haven't skipped any, because if you skip some, you're going to be off. Now you're going to do some sort of grouping strategy. So I know that 6 plus 4 is 10. I know that 9 plus 8 is 17. And then I can do 10 plus 5 is 15. And so I really only have to add 17 and 15. So 7 plus 5 is 12. And then add my tens column, I get 32. So my perimeter is equal to 32. And we know this time, oops, it's meters with, that was a lot of humps. 32 meters. I hope that's what you got. All right, here's another shape. I'm going to go ahead and have you practice the perimeter. So I'm going to have you go all the way around the edges. If you need to draw the shape, you can. If you just want to write down the numbers, just make sure that you get them all and pause the video and come back and check to see what your perimeter is. All right, I've written down all the numbers. Wow, that was a bunch. And now we're just going to group them together. So let's see. I know that 2 plus 2 is 4. And I can do 4 plus 4, which is 8. So I've gotten rid of those. I know that these are 6 and this is 6. So I can add those together and get 12. And then I know 5 plus 9, if I use magic 9, is 14. I can add these two together and get 20. So now I have 20 plus 14, which is 34. And we know that it's centimeters. So I hope that that's the answer that you got. All right, thanks for watching another flipped video. We've come to the end, so it's time for the joke. Drum roll, please. What do you get when you cross a cow and a duck? Well, milk and quackers, of course. All right, can't wait to see you at school and talk more about perimeter. Thank you so much for your time. See you later.